Today we're going to talk about 3 crazy reasons why you feel sad, depressed, upset, low, and you don't know why. Have you been there before? Stay tuned for that and the solution. Guys, today I want to talk about something that we've been through, right?
Yes.
You wake up one morning and you notice that you're feeling sad, low, depressed, upset, anxious even, but you don't know why. You're thinking there's nothing that's bad that's happened.
I didn't do anything bad the night before. I didn't watch anything depressing or low. I didn't have a negative conversation. I was good.
My day is normal. It's a standard day. There's nothing I'm not looking forward to. Why am I feeling like this? Why am I feeling low? Have you been there before? I'm sure a lot of you have. And the ones that haven't, maybe just not aware of it.
Yeah.
There are 3 reasons why you might be feeling like this. Okay? And I'm hoping you might feel better after hearing this video. Before we start answering the why, why you're feeling like this, we're going to go through a little bit of background about the brain and a little bit about the heart. Now, do you know what your brain is? Your brain is a physical structure
housed in the skull.
That's it. And your brain is one of the most powerful transmitters and receivers of energy, frequency, vibration. Now, we say one of the most powerful because HeartMath Institute in California, and there's also one in the UK, have done years and years of research about the heart and the brain and heart connection. And what they found is actually the heart is 60 times more powerful than the brain. But we're going to go through the brain because we're going to talk about thoughts.
Yes.
We will touch on the heart because we're also going to talk about feelings as well. So your brain, what does it do? It transmits and receives frequency, energy, and vibration.
And remember, thoughts are the language of the brain and feelings are the language of the body.
Now, when your brain transmits and receives frequency, it is actually measurable, it's quantifiable, and the EEG machines can actually measure the brain frequencies, what your brain is emitting. So this is not all woo-woo, this is actually scientific.
Measurable, proven, quantifiable, reproducible results.
Thoughts are things. Okay, you might have heard that before. Thoughts are things. So when you have a thought, that thought gets emitted into the quantum field as a frequency. Now, the quantum field is the part that our 5 senses do not see or perceive unless we're in deep meditation. It's beyond space and time, and it's where all the potential possibilities lie. Now, the quantum field is where your thoughts enter. Now, when the thoughts go into this quantum field, they are stored. They never disappear. Every thought you're emitting never disappears. Now, this is crazy, but what happens is that the more people that think the same or similar thoughts, it creates something called like an energy thought pattern, which can be called an M field. And this M field can grow bigger and bigger the more thoughts that are sent, like-minded thoughts that are sent to that M field. So there's always a storage of thoughts. You never lose them. They're always there. And so is everybody else's thoughts in the entire world. So think of it this way. If you have a lot of people who are thinking negative thoughts, you're going to have a lot of negative thoughts floating around in that quantum field. So what happens is if your brain is a transmitter, so it's sending out thought, but also receiver of thought, your brain will actually pick up other people's thoughts. And the more powerful those thoughts are, the bigger the energy thought pattern, the bigger the M field, the more likely you are to pick up those thoughts yourself. So think about it, they're not really your thoughts. You've just picked up other people's thoughts, right?
Wow.
So when there are negative thoughts, what happens? You have negative thoughts and you won't feel good. If you are sensitive and very self-aware to this, you will notice this straight away, that you don't feel good and you don't particularly know why you don't feel good. And the more self-aware you are, the more you've developed your self-awareness, the more sensitive you may be to this. And then what happens? You have destructive behaviors that you've memorized in the past, right?
Yes.
So the reason why destructive behaviors come out is because you want to feel better. So you're feeling low, you're feeling sad, you're feeling depressed. You may not even be aware of it. So automatically you do certain things that if you were to question it, you think, why did I do this? Because this wasn't good for me. So it could be things like really bad things for some people, which is things like, addictions to certain drugs, drinking alcohol, those type of things. Or it could be overeating. So a lot of us eat, we eat when we're hungry, but we could also be eating for other reasons. So you might be eating certain things, or you might decide to watch Netflix all evening, even when you've got stuff to do, and stuff your face with some food. And then later on you think, why did I do that? That was very destructive. I should have done something a little bit more productive. And I know those donuts weren't really good for me and my waistline, but why did I do it in the first place? So these are subconscious behaviors, destructive behaviors that come out. If you don't question it, if you're not self-aware, you don't realize why you're doing it, but you're doing it because at the end of the day, we all want to feel good. And these things will help us to feel good short term, but not long term.
So these negative programs have been installed over the years and they get activated inside of us, and that's why we are subconsciously drawn to doing destructive behaviors and habits.
So now let's summarize the 3 crazy reasons why you're feeling low and you don't know why. Okay, the first is you are picking up collective thoughts in the ether or the quantum field. So if there are a lot of people in your area, in your environment that are thinking negative thoughts, that generally the world is thinking negative thoughts, then you're going to pick up these thoughts. So they're not really yours. Think about that. Second is past programming. You might be triggering subconsciously, unconsciously, old past programming and past negative experiences, and you don't even know why. And this happens when you're not self-aware. So I'll give you an example. This guy is in a nightclub and he's partying away, and then somebody comes up to him and says, "Oh, Jim, it's so good to see you," and he just pats him on the shoulder, and all of a sudden Jim's not feeling good and he doesn't know why. He's in this nightclub having a good time, but all of a sudden he's like, I don't feel really good. Why is that? What happened was, years ago, when his father passed away, people were saying, "Oh, Jim, are you okay?" And that same neural association of them doing this and saying, "Are you okay?" triggered when this other guy did it in the nightclub. When he did this, it triggered that event years ago. And so this is what can happen. Certain past experiences or events are triggered, certain emotions are triggered, and you don't quite know why. And it could be just a smell or a song or action that you were doing at that time, and you're doing the same thing now in the present moment, and that's what's happened. You've been triggered all of a sudden, and you haven't put 2 and 2 together, so you don't realize that's what it is. So it could be past programming and past events, past experiences, past emotions that are being triggered and brought up in you. The third thing is the environment. You might be in a low vibey environment. If you're very sensitive to this, and I know that we both are, is when you enter a place, let's say you even go to a restaurant or you go to someone's house, and all of a sudden you notice, there's something in here, I'm not feeling really good, like my level of feeling good has kind of dropped. I can suddenly feel a bit low. Why is that? Is that anything that you've done? No, it's actually the environment, the vibration of that environment is low. Now, it could be people have just had an argument there and the energy's heavy, or it could be that there's just some low vibrations in that area from the past, and it's still there, the energy's still carried there. So you may notice that it's just the environment and maybe the people around you on the street that you live in
have negative thoughts.
Have negative thoughts, repeatedly negative thoughts, and so the general environment that has a low vibration to it, and you're picking up on that, and suddenly you don't feel good. And the opposite happens. You go to another place where the environment is high, it's high vibing. You go to a motivational seminar and everyone's vibing high. You walk into that room, you will immediately immediately, whether you like it or not, you're going to start feeling good.
You're going to start
right?
smiling.
You're going to start smiling.
Giving people high fives.
So what's happening there? What's happening there is to do with the heart. The heart emits a frequency out. Now, I can't remember if this is correct. It's either 7 or 9 meters radius out. So anybody in that vicinity, so whether you're vibing low, they will feel that. Whether you're vibing extremely high, in that radius, the energy spread out into that radius, that if you're within that, you'll be able to feel it too, whatever that person's feeling. And so this is why meditation retreats, group meditation, mass meditation retreats are really a good environment to be in, because everyone is maybe connecting to gratitude or love or joy or peace. Yeah. And everyone's emitting this frequency, and even those that are not doing it too well, they'll be able to feel that. So those are the 3 crazy reasons why you might be feeling low. Is because of the environment, collective thoughts, past programming. So the solution, let's get to the solution straight away.
Yes, let's. So the first solution is be aware that you're thinking and feeling this way. Oh, I acknowledge and I take full responsibility for the way I feel, because I'm self-aware enough to realize that I'm feeling low. Solution 2, know that these thoughts aren't you. They do not belong to you. They were not generated by your core nature. The way that the thoughts came into your head is 1, from the collective consciousness, the ether, the matrix. You're picking up other people's thoughts in the ether. Number 2 is past programming. So they are not who you really are. And number 3 is that remind yourself that you are limitless spiritual beings having a human, physical, temporary experience. These negative thoughts and feelings that you're experiencing is very limited. It's not who you really are. It's not your true nature. It's not your soul. Your true nature is joy. And a bonus solution is remember that this too shall pass. It's all transient, guys. It's not who you really are. Remember, it's not your core nature. So this is a short-lived experience. And ask yourself, what can I do to make myself feel that little bit better? Remember, we've talked about this in various other SavaniSis videos, which is about moving up the emotional tone scale, thinking better feeling thoughts from where you're at. So this doesn't mean doing destructive behaviors and habits, such as reaching for that cake, reaching for that glass of alcohol, smoking a cigarette. This is all done just to mask the pain that you're feeling. It does not target the root cause of your bad feelings. This just gives you temporary relief. It's just a band-aid, not a cure.
So when you've got this awareness that you're not feeling good, and you know that you want to feel better, because that's what we all want to do, you've now chosen not to go for the destructive behavior. You want to go for that better feeling thought, but you can also go for a behavior that's going to help you. So if you want to feel better, you could go out for a walk, you can read a book, you can listen to uplifting music, you can move your body and dance a bit. So there's lots of other things that you can do. In fact, it might actually help
it's actually very healthy
in terms of your health and your fitness and your mental health as well. Yoga, meditation, read an exciting book, listen to the music, all those things.
Yes.
There's a choice that you have, and that choice happens first of all with the awareness and knowing that these are not your thoughts and these are not particularly your feelings, is not who you really are. Yes. And then you have a choice then to say, right, what do I want to do next
to make myself feel better?
And by going through this process, you don't go on automatic pilot and just go for the donut or just go for the destructive behavior. You actually give yourself a bit of headspace to make a better choice.
Yes. I hope that was a cute little inspiration for you and gave you great value in this video. If you just hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and we shall see you on the next video. Bye for now.